you like to change the name?
Hey everybody, welcome to Quick Save, the shorter podcast about everything you love in nerd culture. My name's Derek Owen, and joined with me is my co-host Landon Barton.
Hello.
And today we are talking about the new Ant-Man trailer that came out this week. So we both watched it multiple times. What did you think?
I have honestly mixed opinions about it. Marvel has not failed at this point. Marvel has succeeded in ways that I think a lot of people were surprised by.
Definitely.
Specifically Guardians of the Galaxy.
Definitely.
When they announced Guardians of the Galaxy, everyone was like, who the hell are these people?
Yeah.
Because they're not A series Marvel characters. They're really probably not even B series Marvel characters. And
They are now.
Yeah, now everybody loves them. So Ant-Man, you hear that comes out. And you hear a lot of buzz about it a few years back at Comic-Con.
Yeah, they're like, are you serious? Is this
Right.
really happening? Yeah.
And so Paul Rudd, fellow Kansan, he's in this, and I'm like, all right, so this is it's gonna have some of that Marvel charm, some of that funniness.
I'm excited Paul Rudd's in this universe now.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
So then this trailer drops, and my major issue with it is it's way too dramatic. It's way too dramatic for anything that I feel like Paul Rudd should be in a Marvel movie for.
Yeah. Well, they try and drop humor bombs throughout the trailer. I mean, they try and have funny moments, and they are funny, but it's just surrounded by like Inception style music.
Yeah,
it
really is.
It's a little. It kind of sends mixed signals, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still excited about the character,
definitely,
and it looks pretty interesting. I like that they're using Scott Lang as the Ant-Man rather than Hank Pym. I'm going to put a caveat out here. I am much more of a DC fanboy than I am or ever will be a Marvel fanboy. So some of my knowledge to the actual comics here, I might screw some stuff up. So hold me to it and tell me I'm completely wrong in the comments. But Hank Pym in the comics is basically a giant screw up and an asshole.
Okay. Is that Michael Douglas in the
Michael
trailer?
Douglas is the one who plays Hank Pym. He's the original Ant-Man. He's the one that did it for many years. He's the one that creates Ultron in the comics.
Okay.
Which
but they
we now
kind of took
know.
that away and gave it to Tony Stark.
Tony Stark is now the one, yeah. So he's the original one. He creates the Pym particles, which are the things, his serum in the comics that allows him to get smaller, and Ant-Man's ability is he can get smaller, and he retains all of the strength that he does as a regular sized human. So he can beat the crap out of bugs really well.
Can he get larger as well, or is it only smaller?
Well, that's the thing. As Ant-Man, he only gets smaller, but Hank Pym eventually gets rid of the persona Ant-Man and becomes Giant Man. He realizes the ability to get smaller is too dangerous for humanity, and so his solution is I'm going to get bigger instead.
Weird.
And he becomes Giant Man and gives up that persona. And in the comic books, Scott Lang, who in this movie, it's very evident that he's going to be our begrudgingly hero. He's not going to. He's not really an anti-hero, but he's not. He's not the best guy in the world, because in the comics he's a thief.
Okay.
He steals the Ant-Man costume, and then Hank Pym is like, "Hey, maybe you should just be Ant-Man. Be Ant-Man because you stole it."
Yeah.
So I've talked a lot about this so far. So where are you at with it?
Like you said, in a pre-Guardians of the Galaxy world, I would be extremely skeptical right now. But they have proven through that how incredible they can make even the most obscure superheroes. So
Really?
Yeah. I learned from this trailer that Michael Douglas has a really good voice. Yeah. Okay, so since Ultron's not here, I don't know much about Ant-Man. Do we know who the villain's going to be?
I honestly don't.
Okay, because from watching the trailer, I didn't know who Michael Douglas's character was. I thought he was going to end up being a villain, because it sounded like he was... they've done stuff like that in the past, but now that I know who he is, it definitely isn't going to be him. So do we have any idea?
I don't know enough about Ant-Man's rogues gallery to even make an assumption.
Okay. Honestly, watching the trailer up to the point to where Michael Douglas stops talking, puts on the suit, I was like getting hyped, like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. And then he puts on the suit and gets tiny, and you see him like touch a wall, and then you see a bug show up. I'm like, oh no. I'm really nervous, man.
Because
I don't want to watch like a bunch of stuff from a bug's perspective, but I know he can do really cool stuff. Like you can do really cool combos with Ant-Man. But
yeah, I just wonder.
I'm just worried about like watching him wrangle a fly for the first time.
Well, what's cool? Here's what sold me around the concept was people talking about the teaser that was released at Comic-Con many years ago, and I was hoping it would be in the trailer because it sounded awesome. Where you see Ant-Man like running full speed, and then he gets small and then punches somebody at full force that a human could punch, and then he gets bigger again and keeps going, and he's just getting smaller and bigger and going from small to big, small to big, small to big, and just beating the crap out of people. And how do you fight somebody that you really can't see at that point, but is still hitting you as hard as a regular person? Also, Ant-Man. Also, his other abilities. He has the ability. He can shoot like lasers, I believe, out of his
antenna. Please say
helmet.
Antenna.
I'm pretty sure. Well, he's got antennas on his helmet, so I don't know what the movie's going to be, but that's my understanding. And then he created this technology to speak to bugs and speak to ants, and so that's where he gets the ability, and he can ride the bugs and get out from place to place. So I'm excited about it. I'm a little bit on the skeptical side.
I'm like 95% sure it's gonna be really good.
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be awesome. Yeah. But I like that they still kept some of the humor at the very end. They say, one question. Is it too late to change the name?
That was good.
Because that's good. Because I think a lot of people are gonna be like, Ant-Man, really?
I almost wish a little bit that this was coming out before Avengers, just so we could have I guess we have Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in the Avengers, but I really want a new hero character in the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like, and he is associated with Ultron technically in the comic universe.
Well, he's one of the original founders. I think
it'd be really cool to like have him.
Yeah. In the comics, I believe he's the one that suggested, hey, we should team up. And then his wife, who is the Wasp, who also gets tiny, she is the one that suggested that they use the name Avengers.
There you go.
So they're very tied to it.
This comes out right after Avengers. So that means there might be an Ant-Man 2 before Avengers 3, but it's going to be until Avengers 3 before we see him with other people. Probably. Unless maybe he's in Civil War. Maybe. Yeah. But
Civil War, Black Panther, there's plenty of opportunities.
That's true. Yeah. Hopefully he'll make appearances in those, because the shining moments is the interactions between heroes. That's why I think Guardians was so entertaining. The interactions is where it all is. Yeah. The little pot shots.
So that's what we think about this trailer. Let us know what you think in the comments below. We're a little mixed, but if you like this video, please share it with your friends, like us, and subscribe to us. If you want any further updates, you can follow the SaveState on Twitter. We are at _SaveState. We got a link in the description below. And thanks for watching. We'll be back later for another quick save.
Will it live down to your expectations? See what I did there?
Damn!
See what I did there?
That was so good.
I'm saving that. Shut up, Garrett. You liked it.